Good morning guys and welcome back to another episode. Now today is day one of quarantine after last night Boris Johnson told the UK we are on a major lockdown. Now I have a bit of a luxury of this for the fact that I have no physical contact with any other humans or what we may touch out there throughout the day. It is literally just me here. I will show you now. As you can see, it is just me here. Please excuse the wind noise. Now I am back in the workshop trying to get the CL80 finished and sorted. As you can see, the place is an absolute mess from painting on the weekend. So I need to get this place tidy, back together, and then I can start work on the engine to get this thing back in here. Get the rest of the engine bay tidied up, stone chip what I need to stone chip underneath, and make some more progress. So my aim for today is to try and give you guys a little bit more content to have a look at whilst you're stuck at home without going insane. So let's get things tidied up here first things first, and then we can start making some progress again. So, with all that being said, it actually turns out that my next door neighbour is in. Now, he is a full-time mechanic, same as I am, so he is a key worker to keep everyone on the road that needs to be on the road. So, anyway, never mind that, let's have a look. Yes, it's clean, it's tidy. If it focuses, focus. There we go. There we go. Here's what the final colour looks like in the sunlight. Now, I am absolutely, again, over the moon with this. I'm very happy. All the bits that you can see that are still in high build primer, these are all going to be hidden. They're going to be done in black stone chip, so you're never going to see any of it anyway. By the time it's all down in there and everything's fitted back in here as it should be, you're not going to see any of that anyway. So, next on my agenda, get things bottled back in, I suppose. And also, I've had my high temperature etch primer for the engine turn up today. Well, yeah, sorry, yesterday it turns out. So that's going to be hopefully an etch primer today, which would be nice, and start getting that thing closer to being back into the vehicle. So, this big plans, I suppose. So, I decided to get some hardware back in this thing, and I've also decided to get the undersill on the inner arches. So that is now all fully protected. Look at that, fantastic, lovely job. Okay, right, let's do the other side, as this has taken forever, but let's get the other side finished as well, I suppose. So, here we have a quick before and after. Yes, again, much better. That's literally everything is coated. There will not be an inch of this which has not been protected by the time I am finished with this one. So, what's next on the list? I think I'm going to do the inside of the chassis legs now, to be fair. And I can get that bit done, dusted. I can sort of forget about this. Oh, then I've got to clean the coilovers and get those all nice and pretty before I put this back on as well. So, let's get the bits and pieces off the inside of here. Start getting this painted as well. Okay, bit of a change of pace. I've decided to get the rest of this engine stripped down, ready for some high temperature etch primer to get on this thing. So I push it outside. We can work on this thing in the sun. Yeah. And here we have the final product. That is about as clean as I'm going to be able to physically get it, unless I was to, you know, pressure wash it, strip it down, go the whole hog with it. But this is going to be clean enough for what I need to do. Rocker cover off, gaskets off, everything cleaned up on the surface there. So all I'm going to do is mask up the top end, cover up that, take the camshaft angle sensor off, mask up the crank coil still on this one. Yeah, I should be pretty much good to go. Ready to get some etch primer on it and get this thing looking a bit better. So we fast forward a few steps and we get, yes, that is going to look absolutely killer in the bay. Fresh and so clean. Right, so I'm going to let this go off for the rest of the night. Build it back up tomorrow. I've got a few more bits and pieces I'm going to need to paint on this actually. In fact, saying that, I've got a lot of things I'm going to need to paint on this because I need to paint all the ancillaries. Intake planner needs to be painted. What else have I got to do? Decide which turbo setup I'm going to go for as well, because I've got the top mount manifold as well as the low mount still undecided which way I'm going to go with that. Probably low mount, but again, we're just going to have to see how I feel about that. But anyway, the aim for the day is to get this thing as close as possible to going back in the engine bay. Now, even if I do get all this back together today, it's not going to go back in, as I've still got to do some bits and pieces in here. So the brake booster, clutch master, brake master, little odds and stuff like that. So, oh, also need to make some brackets as well for what's going to happen down here, which is going to be the catch can for the, the overflow can for the radiator, which normally sits up here, but it's now going to be relocated down this area here because I want to try and keep the top mounts as clean as looking as possible, which is the whole point, is to move them all off. Also, I'm going to have the fun task of trying to find where all the parts are for the engine, because since I've put everything away, I had a photo shoot with Banzai magazine for the GT86. Now, everything since then has been moved around. It's been put places where I don't even know where it's to now. So that's good. So, good news is I found some parts. We've got the intake planner here. I need to strip this thing down, get all the pipework off of it, the water lines, the fuel lines, the injectors, injector rail, throttle body. Take all the bits and pieces off of this, prep it, paint it, let it dry, and then hopefully get this in, put back together today and back on the engine. We have a few things here that are ready to be put into etch primer. Some of this is going to go gloss black, some of this is going to need to go silver, same as the engine, but most of it is going to go gloss black. But for now, etch primer, deal with the rest another day. So. Okay, so the camera died whilst painting, but overall I am happy with the end result of this. Everything in the colour it needs to be in. Right, next on the list is get the coilovers on the front all cleaned up because they're filthy, so I'll put them in a little box, get them clean, and get them ready to go back on. Okay, so before I start cleaning the other one, I thought I'd give you a quick side-by-side comparison of before and after. Much better. They've come up surprisingly nicely actually for Apexy coilovers. Hopefully they're going to go low enough because this thing needs to be on the deck. So I'm hoping this is going to still drop a bit more. But first things first, let's get this thing on the other side tied it up and get it back on the car. It's that point in the video where I'm actually going to skip forward a few days. It is now Saturday here in the UK. It is much colder than it has been for the rest of the week as well, so I doubt I'm going to get any painting done today. It's just too cold for it. But yesterday I did manage to get everything else that I needed to get done, and it's all now in primer. I'll come around so you can actually see it. There you go, it's all in etch primer. So that just needs to be nibbed back now and get ready for some black paint on it. And here's how the engine stands today. Everything is back on that I've got painted so far. Intake plenums on, fuel rails on, all the fuel lines, rubber hoses on here have been replaced with new ones. All the clips are on there and done and dusted. So yeah, we're starting to make some decent progress. New oil filter, NOx sensors all back on. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Today I'm going to try and get this one nibbed back. I don't think I'm going to get any painting done today because it's just too cold here. It really is just too cold. So get the rocker cover, take them back off again today, nib it back, and think about trying to get that into some sort of colour. I don't know, we'll see how the day plans out. Okay, so even though it's freezing cold, I did actually manage to get some paint on bits and pieces. I couldn't help myself. So, here we have bits in some colour. Nothing fancy, just gloss black to go on the engine. But that is it for one day. I have had enough. So, thank you very much for joining me for another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.